open. Our next guest says he felt then Director James Comey should have been replaced from day one. Former U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions joins us now. Thank you so much for coming on the program this morning. A lot of questions for you. We'll start first with what was your general takeaway from those documents that have now been released, and what did it tell us about the FBI's handling of the Michael Flynn investigation?
Well, one thing it tells us is very important that James Comey was directing this. He was personally engaged in this effort. Secondly, it's clear that they set up a plan to trap him into perjury, a perjury trap, as it's called. I don't like that. I don't think that was the proper way to do. Thirdly, and he said this publicly some months ago, he bragged about the fact that they got around normal procedures at the White House. Before you interview a high-level governmental official, you normally call the White House counsel or the chief of staff. The FBI did not do that. He bragged about it. He said he would have done it under the Obama administration or the Bush administration. He said he took advantage of the chaos of this administration to basically ambush General Flynn. That is not right. He should not have done that. And it's too typical of his actions, grandiose mindset that lacked discipline, lacked respect for rules and procedure. He saw himself as the center of so many things that were beyond propriety. And I think it reveals a lot about him, and I think it does help the people see that General Flynn's comments could well have been mistaken and not the kind of basis for perjury that some people say.
We obviously hear you heaping a lot of criticism on James Comey. We have heard that from you before, suggesting that he thinks he's above the rules. You've also hinted that you suggested to the president day one of the Trump administration to have James Comey be gone. You just said that these notes go back to Comey. Talk more about that and his involvement at the highest level of the FBI during this time.
Well, look, the notes, this all happened before I became Attorney General. It was just after the president took office. We know also, remember, that he took notes of a personal meeting with the president, took those notes in detail deliberately, and then leaked them to a friend, to leak them to the media, to force the appointment of a special counsel. That is an unthinkable thing for a disciplined professional leader of the FBI to do. The FBI is to gather facts. It's not to take sides in policy disputes and try to affect an agenda. He also, one of the most dramatic things, of course, was when he took over and declined to prosecute Hillary Clinton himself, which is a decision fundamentally given to the prosecutors. It's unthinkable that the FBI director would announce the declination of any prosecution, much less one of that magnitude. So I think the president was right to remove him. I think he was justified. I talked to a lot of people before I became Attorney General who I trusted, who knew the Department of Justice. I had watched the Department of Justice carefully. I concluded that he was not the person that needed to be continued as the FBI director. The president basically later made that decision as the Mueller report, and he has said, and I certainly supported it.